When I was a kid growing up in the 1960s, the adults around us, they all drilled some pretty simple things into us pretty much every day. Our parents, our teachers, church leaders, coaches, Boy Scout leaders, they all taught us the same things. You never lie, you never cheat, and you never steal. But it seems like today those rules are only for suckers. But it's still unfathomable to me, and a lot of people I know, the amount of open, brazen corruption and just outright stealing going on in Washington today. You know, the office of the president's been turned into a pardon for sale operation. They're routinely putting violent criminals, crypto drug lords, and corrupt politicians from both parties who've been tried and convicted in our courts. They're putting them back out on the streets, many of whom bought their freedom with big donations or investments that benefited this president. But nobody who wrote our Constitution could even imagine that gross abuse of power. Then there's been this month-long pattern of billions of dollars of trades in oil stocks and in these prediction markets. Some of these trades made with up to 98% win rates that are made just minutes before the president's announcement that a peace deal with Iran is at hand. Those are promises that never turn out to be quite true, but it happens almost every week. They are literally using our men and women in the U.S. military to support a pump and dump scheme for insider oil trading and betting on this war. People are getting rich. God, is that wrong? And now the insult's so gross that even the usually obedient Senate Republicans have grown a spine, at least for a week, by calling out the $1.8 billion special fund run by Todd Blanche at Department of Justice, accountable to no one other than the president's handpicked stooges to pay off people who were already tried and convicted of crimes. Yeah, not only did they get pardoned, but now the people who beat and assaulted police officers on January 6th, they're going to be eligible to get paid for their inconvenience too. God dang it. My mother would be so pissed, and so would yours. Are you better off than you were 2 years ago? Well, if you're a corrupt politician, a kingpin drug dealer, a Capitol rioter, or an oil trader, I guess the answer might be yes. But for the rest of us, the answer is hell no. But somehow they can find billions to build a ballroom and triumphal arches and paint the reflecting pool blue and pay off their friends and spend more than $50 billion of our money on a war in Iran without a mission, with no clear end in sight. Well, we need a new Congress that's ready to stand up and enforce the law. And we need to bring back the lessons that our parents taught us. Nobody should be above the law, and people who break the law should face the consequences. Not only is it the right thing to do, but it turns out that we'll all be a lot better off too. I want to go to Washington next year. I want to bring my mother's values and the adults who taught us values back to Washington. I want to serve everybody here in northern Wisconsin.